I'm here with Edward Drake, filmmaker behind Guns Up. I'm going to just really pick it up from the last interview. You mentioned from a couple of years ago how writing is a real big passion of yours. So, in the
hmm
2 years since, has that changed? Has it remained constant? What has been your workflow like as far as creating Guns Up with as your screenwriter, as a screenwriter?
Yeah, great question. And thank you. I think that writing's still how I learn to communicate with the world, how to try to be my best self every day. And to be honest, the focus has shifted a bit more in directing. I think that's just part of the industry and growing up a little bit. We, need to be constructing our projects in a very different way now, especially for the indie markets. So I still wake up at the crack of dawn. I still get my morning pages in writing, and it's a blessing, and I'm very grateful to be able to do what I do. But yes, the focus is definitely shifted more on the directing side.
A lot of writers talk about their morning pages. For people like me, who is not a naturally skilled writer like you and other writers, what do morning pages give writers, or maybe just artists or people in general, before we get the guns up?
Yeah, so it's like part therapy, part getting all of the thoughts that are in your mind running around, giving them a place to go and lay it out. And it's just, there's a terrific book called The Artist's Way, which goes into the process a bit deeper. But my morning ritual is I wake up, I try my damnedest not to look at the phone or anything. I meditate for 20 minutes. Usually that's around sunrise or just after, depending on how crazy the night before was. And then I try to get situated, a little green tea, a coffee, and just start writing and get into it.
Edward, I get a little bit of a worry when I go to Guns Up. I look at IMDb and I just look at how many crew members are on the production. I
Mm.
just get worried. Obviously, you're not that worried because you're a veteran filmmaker. What is the key as far as being a leader on a big production with an indie aesthetic like Guns Up?
The secret weapon is your number one on the call sheet will set the tone just as much as you will as a director. And so with Kevin, he was such a generous lead. Again, with Christina as well. Between the two of them, we could probably invade Canada. Everyone that they just you can rally so much support and goodwill when everyone is engaged, when the stars are engaged, and you build so much trust so fast with the rest of your cast and crew, where it's just like we're all spending time away from our families, telling the story, working late nights, blood, sweat, tears, all of that. And if the crew feel like it's all for something, then it's amazing. You transfer that passion. And so whether it's like a 5 person crew or a 500 person crew, I still feel it's the same of just try to learn everyone's names and try to make sure everyone feels heard and supported and safe. And once you build that trust and earn that trust, then you can tell your story.
Speaking of story, without giving too much away, the third act seems to me to be a very ambitious scenario because there's a lot of action, but it's just not in one locale. There are different setups. In
Mm.
layman's terms, what is the challenge of just mounting a really pretty much a huge production with the action? I think so many different variety with your third act.
That was a lot of fun to write because it was such a passion project where I was just like, look, if I do get the chance to make it, this is what I feel would actually happen. Because if you piss off the lioness, like she is going to go hell for leather, like hell bent. There's nothing in the jungle that is going to stop her from getting her cubs back. And we just went for it. And Christina was so game. And there's a bit of a one that we do with Christina coming out of a certain room into the bar. And that's all Christina. Then we go to a Texas switch. A stunty jumps in for one thing, jumps out. Christina comes back in, and we're seeing her performance on the day and then watching, or in rehearsal, sorry, and then watching other cast members just like who have paused, just absolutely stupefied watching what she was pulling off. I was like, that's exactly how we have to shoot it. And so we hold on Kevin's face, and it's his reaction is the audience's reaction of, oh, she's doing this. And we're in. And it's seeing your wife in a new way and trying to contextualize all your old love and that relationship. And yeah, all of that went into designing the action for the last act.
On designing that action, and from films I've seen of yours, this is a really great, elaborate sequence. Kevin, his character changing in that sequence. Wondering with Guns Up, how did you change as a filmmaker or mature as a filmmaker? Because did you see growth, or maybe the growth has always been there from film to film?
Oh, it was absolutely the best professional experience I've ever had. And I'm so grateful that Kevin and Christina, Louis, Timothy V. Murphy, like everyone came on board. And you're always learning as a director. Every single day is you're not being challenged, you're not growing. The key is to find people that you trust. One of the producers, John Keys, we first met on Gasoline Alley. And as soon as we connected, I was like, great, anytime I get it going, you'll be the first person I call. And so, yeah, you're always in a state of growth.
Wow, that's amazing. So, what is next? Do you have other scripts in your desk that you're working on, or you said you're also
Mhm.
focusing more on the craft of directing as well? What does the future look like for you?
Yeah, so there's a few things that once they get a bit more real, and I just don't like jinxing stuff. I'm like, let's throw one punch and land it. I am very excited. There's an exciting young filmmaker that I think the project's going to get announced in a month or so, that I co-wrote a script with and I'm producing, and we got it set up at a studio. And I'm just so excited for the world to see her vision, to be fantastic. And then what else? I've been DJing, which has been really fun. I'm actually in Ibiza right now, so it's been cool.
That's
And yeah, life has been good. Oh, I've got engaged and just smelling the roses for a bit, my friend. So
congratulations on all three layers. The
thank you.
DJing, how does that fit into your life? That must be really cool as far as enhancing a lot of things in your life, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because I think when I was a kid, when I was like a teenager, I did it. And then the pull to film took over. But then I was homeless in LA for a few years. And one of the ways I got out of homelessness was actually hosting a karaoke night and being the DJ for a tiny little karaoke night in Hollywood. And the thing with mixing is that for me, my mind can't focus on anything else but the beats in front of it. And so all of these crazy thoughts that you have as a writer, where the machine is always going and turning over, with the music, you're finding the beat and you're watching the crowd and you're feeling that energy come back and forward. And I feel like that interplay, I'm so excited to direct again on like guns up scale, because it'll be really interesting. See how it goes.
That's amazing. And final question, Edward, I've asked you this a couple of times, but for our listeners, can you recommend a movie that you feel is very underrated and what makes this movie special for you? And then on top of that, after watching Guns Up, can you pick a film from your resume for our listeners to watch as well? And what makes that particular project special for you as a director? And thank you for your time again, once again.
No, thank you, Greg. I think so. Gasoline Alley, I'm so proud of that movie. Devon Sawa's performance. The man is a movie star. We need more sour sauce in every film. In terms of an underrated film, Escape from LA. I love that movie so much. And I just see so much shade being thrown at it. When I was a kid, back in Australia, one of my uncles actually gave me, I think it was like one of the earliest DVD copies of it. I must have been like 11 or 12. And he said, with all sincerity, this is the greatest movie ever made, and everyone else agrees. And so for a lot of my childhood, I thought that Escape from LA was like Citizen Kane. And I love them. I still love that movie so much. I watch it like once a year. It's so much fun.
Edward,
And
a
so if
little
you haven't,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. A little context. I actually attended the press junket. I'm so old, way older than you. I attended the press junket for Escape from LA. And even on the day of the press junket, a lot of my fellow journalists, they were saying how much it was such a pale imitation to New York. And I loved it. And can you, even to this day, it's so underrated. Do you think it's because people are clutching their pearls for New York that they don't see what makes LA so great?
Yeah. Yeah. And I just think that the Snake Plissken character, like, it's such a great next step in terms of how to build. You've got a character like that. What's he going to do when he's given all the power in the world? Like, he's literally not to spoil anything, but I just think that it captured a view of LA that wasn't just cynical. It was like there was a deeply satirical look, like, and working that through into the action. And some of the action set pieces are so inventive and so simple and just shot in such a beautiful way. And I think that Carpenter, if the man is here already, he
Yeah.
I love it. It's so
And
amazing that you were at the junket. That's so cool.
yeah, it's been a while. So very quickly before you go, Guns Up could be really enjoyed as an action thriller, action film, but it also has a theme of pretty much family first loyalty and unconditional love. And I'm wondering, and you're saying a lot of your projects are personal. Do you feel like you're in a good space as an artist right now? You're talking about getting engaged, the
Mm.
DJing, and how exciting is it for you as an artist to see yourself mature and focus on maybe you will still continue to do genre projects, but there's a different layer that you're going to approach it with, I'm assuming, or maybe not.
Yeah, spot on. It's just trying to be the best self every single day. And I know that when I'm at my best, I'm able to create better work and that sort of stuff. I think there's this great myth around the suffering artist, and that a lot of artists actually seek out through their own process to bring pain and like trouble on themselves. And I think that just clouds, distracts, or it's part of their procrastination. And I think you just cut through it, find what scares you and run towards it, embrace your fears, and you will grow. And I am so proud of Guns Up, and I think it's a testament to that mindset.
Edward, thank you so much. I really enjoyed Guns Up and really excited to speak to you for the next one. Hopefully, it's not 2 years. So,
Thanks, Craig.
all
Have a
right.
good one, mate.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.